the idea of half-assing it makes you extremely uncomfortable, stay tuned, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Asia, an AuDHDer, a momentum coach, and this is You Can Do the Things. We don't need to talk about how perfectionism holds us back, but we do need to talk about how half-assing it might move us forward. So if you're here and you're a neurodivergent person or just someone who tries to do all the stuff all the time, one of the things that we don't explore enough, I think, and I like to explore with my clients, is the idea of putting in less effort. We have spent our lifetimes trying to prove ourselves over and over. We have put in extra effort to compensate for what we feel are our shortcomings or to try to hide who and how we are. And it's exhausting. And if you're a sort of ambitious, overachieving, driven kind of person, then the idea of putting in less effort to do something probably feels really not good. Just even thinking about it. If the report cards and the performance reviews and all of that stuff give you both anxiety and pleasure, let's have a chat. So grab a cup of tea. Here's what I have to tell you. More effort does not always lead to better results. You probably already have an example or more of this in your life. And so this is where half-assing it comes in. Half-assing it is not about doing half as good of a job. So it's a misnomer maybe. When I'm talking about half-assing it, I'm really thinking about let's examine the amount of effort we're putting into different things. We are probably putting in 100% or more, which mathematically we know is not possible, but we're rolling with this idea here. We're putting in 100% plus into so many things. And from a neurodivergent perspective, cognitively, different executive function skills require sometimes quite a lot of effort on our part to actually do. So whether that is planning a project from today until project delivery, or organizing and doing all your admin tasks that you are supposed to do, maybe behind at work. All of those things require so much cognitive load on us, and we see other people seemingly doing them easily, so we just assume that they're easy to do. And so we try extra hard to make sure that they're perfect so that they're as good as what we assume everybody else's is. So half-assing it, I really just want you to examine what deserves that 100% effort, that A-level effort. What deserves it? Because all the things that you're putting that 100% to right now do not deserve it. They just don't. And there's probably other things that could use a little bit more of your effortful energy that are not getting it. So yeah, think about how much effort do you put into things, and does that effort match what that task needs? As a little aside, I don't want to discount that some things that seem simple might actually take a lot of effort for us, like going down the driveway to check the mail, or opening and dealing with said mail, emptying the dishwasher. Some of these things are hard because they have no dopamine in them. So we can talk about that another time. If that's interesting, let me know, drop a comment. But in general, we don't need to always try our best, and we don't always have to give our 100%. And I think generally we could do less. When I first started doing more videos and workshops and kind of putting myself out there years ago, I was real nervous about it. And then I would see people who were clearly just I don't know if they were half-assing it intentionally or if that was them doing a decent job, but I was I know that even not putting in my best, I know I could do as well, if not better than that. And we have high standards, and that's fine. It's okay to have high standards, but everything doesn't have to be done to this super high standard. And this is something that I talk to so many people about, clients, friends, family members. We just sort of say everything has to be done at this level because that's what we think is the bar. This is where matching expectations with your employer, with your partner, your friends, whomever, is really important, because if you have the expectations that things are going to be up here and they have the expectations that things are just going to be mid, then that's a gap that needs addressing. Especially at work. In my last job in particular, I was always really making sure that I was understanding what the expectations were so that I didn't do more than was expected of me and then that becomes the norm. I'm sure you've been in that situation where you've done the most, and then they're like, oh, well, if you can do the most, and like, let's just keep having you do the most all the time, even though they don't know that's your most. All that said, I know that it can be really uncomfortable to think about putting less effort in to certain things, because I think we're afraid of this slippery slope of like, well, if I don't put that much effort into XYZ things, then I'm just not going to put effort into anything, and I'm just going to backslide, and I'm going to not feel good about anything that I do. The likelihood of that is probably low, but also check yourself. If those things are coming up for you, maybe that's just where you can examine like what things do really need that effort and which don't. And these things might also shift from like season to season, day to day. So here are a few different terms you can use if you don't like half-ass or you want something else to play with word wise. Half-ass, good enough, B or C, great effort, progress, not perfection. You could do a percentage, 75%, 80%, whatever resonates with you. Use those different terms to consider like what things need what kind of effort from you. If you want to play around with this and you feel nervous, do it in some low stakes areas. In fact, like even if you don't feel nervous and you want to play around with this idea, do it in some low stakes areas that like don't need your 100%, like doing the laundry, doing the dishes, making the bed, cleaning your room, like those kinds of things don't necessarily need 100%. There might be times you're motivated to do 100%, but generally, what's the sort of good enough version of that? When I am mopping the floors, sometimes I will move things out of the way so I can mop where they were, and sometimes I just won't. Because while it would be nice if that dusty area was clean, in order for me to just get this not very fun task done, I'm just gonna like mop around stuff and that's gonna be fine. So just think about low stakes opportunities that you have for exploring half-assery. I want to give you permission to half-ass a few things today, this week, and give yourself permission to. But if it helps to hear it from me, permission granted. You don't have to put in 100%, 110% at every single thing. Your energy, your integrity, your well-being are more important than how hard you've tried or how much effort you put in. Yes, there's always going to be some things that deserve a higher level of effort, but not everything does. And in fact, most things probably don't. So go out there, find a few things that you can half-ass this week or moving forward forevermore. And let us know what those are in the comments. I'd love to hear what things are on your mind as far as all that goes. All right, friends, if you like this video, please hit the like button. This is a small growing channel, and all those likes and subscribes really, really, really help out, and they also make me feel good. So thank you. That's all I got for you today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Stay curious and be kind to yourself. And remember, you can do the things. See you next time. Bye.